what's going on, dudes? Welcome back to my Minecraft world. Hopefully you guys are having a good day today. So, I have been busy, man. As of recording this right now, it is Friday night. And this episode is, I'm planning on getting it out by Monday, if I can actually finish it in time. So I've already put in about 8 hours worth of work, and we're about to head over there. I probably should have started this episode off over there, but I came back to grab some stuff because I think we may need it at some point. Let's see, we're good here. We'll grab these torches, add those to those, and I think we're good. So, we are working on the Guardian farm, man. So, we are over at the Guardian temple that we found a few episodes ago, and we got the sponges. We got 32 sponges, but there was no bosses, man. That was kind of disappointing. But I guess maybe in the long run that makes it a little bit easier, but I still have yet to actually kill one. So, I don't know. I've got the most dangerous path ever made here. I don't really know what I was thinking. I had a couple of potions that I threw on, and then I just thought we'd go ahead and do this, and hopefully I can get across fast enough without any ghast or anything bothering us. But yeah, so making a Guardian farm is probably one of the most tedious and mundane things I have ever done in Minecraft. I have to say, it is awful. And I still have so much work to do, man. It's a constant back and forth between laying down sand and gravel, and then running out of sand and gravel, and then running to go grab some more, and then running back and doing the same thing over and over and over again. And oh, you guys see what I got going on. I think I have a pretty good system here. I know I've heard and talked to some people from Hypermine, and I don't know if they've just had, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm going a little bit faster than people normally would, but maybe it's just my system. But then again, I haven't even really started, so we're about halfway through. Well, we're not even halfway through, honestly, maybe a quarter of the way. But I'll kind of show you the system that I'm working with here. So if you guys remember, the portal is right there, and then over here is the Guardian farm, and or the Guardian temple, and I have been working on clearing out all of the water and getting all this stuff going. But as you can see, I have done these two sides. I split it up into 4, and I haven't even touched these sides over here. And this was one method that I was thinking about doing, laying leaves down and putting sand on top and then burning the leaves, but that's just, it's not worth it, man. It takes like 15.5 stacks of leaves to do one layer, and in order for this to work, I would have to put a layer every, like, I could do more than 3, but I was thinking every 3 layers down, every 3 blocks down, and it's not worth the time, man. It's gonna take way too much effort, and you don't get the leaves back. At least with the sand and gravel and stuff, I can reuse. So I have enough sand and gravel here, I know, to do 2 more sides. So we're not gonna run out of anything anytime soon, which is nice. But it's so much work, man. It is so much work. So let me show you what I've been doing here. Let's grab these sponges. Where are the rest of them? Here they are. I've already done a couple of these just to make sure I got it to work right, and it seems to be okay. It's a little kind of weird at times. You miss some blocks, but I think there's like a 5x5 radius and a sphere with the sponges. So like this right here, if I put a sponge right here on top of this block, it's going to take out all the source blocks on the top. Oh, hi, guy. Oh, and these guys are such a pain, man. I haven't been killing them. I've just been like kind of just chilling, but it's kind of difficult when they're in there, so I kind of just wait for them to despawn. So let's do this one. Actually, let's do this one right here. Any guys in here? Nope. Okay, so we do that. We jump up on top, but see, like, it got these source blocks here, but it missed these. So I don't know what that's about and how you can make that work, because it's just weird. But yeah, so I've basically just been doing this. I'd get to a certain point, and do that again, and then we dig the sand down to the top level here, do another one, just over and over and over again. So I don't know what the best method is really for clearing one of these things out, but I feel like we're onto something here. It's not taking too terribly long to get rid of the water, which is the bad part, but the part that takes the longest is placing all the sand. And it is a pain in the nuts. So, I have a lot more work to do, and like I said, I'm planning on getting this video out by Monday, so I'm going to spend the rest of tonight and probably tomorrow getting rid of all of the water because it's gonna take forever. Let's see if we can get out of here. Yeah, and then the plan is too, once I get rid of all of the water in each one of these what do we want to call them, modules, I can just come underneath and then, why did I get pushed? And just do that with all the sand and just collect it all up. So it shouldn't be that hard to clean up. It shouldn't take too long. If I can do this right, there we go. So it shouldn't take too long to do all the cleanup work and get rid of all the sand, but I just have to make sure that I'm actually getting all of the water source blocks out of here. So here's the plan. Here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to spend probably the next, is it gonna make it? Okay, good. Probably like the next 10 to 15 hours trying to finish clearing out all of this water and getting all of this cleared. And then I think after that we'll come back in, and then we're gonna go take a look at the temple once we get that emptied out, and then kind of explore in there, make sure we didn't miss anything, and then maybe start actually working, or maybe by then I'll be sick of this project and we'll find something else to do. So anyways, we'll be back in a little while. Yeah, this is gonna suck. Alright guys, so we are back, and it has been a little over 2 weeks real time. So last clip when I said it was Friday, that was 2 Fridays ago. So just to give you some kind of heads up as to what's about to be shown, and the time that has passed between this. So when I said making a guardian farm was no joke, it is no joke. So I have been working very, very diligently. I wouldn't even say diligent, really. I've spent way too much time on this. I don't even know how many hours. Very much a lack of sleep, and 3 seasons of Sons of Anarchy down. And I am still not even completely finished with this, but you'll see what I got going on. So we've made some huge headway since the last segment that you guys just saw. Got rid of all the water plus a little bit more, and when I say a little bit more, I mean a lot of bit more. But it's starting to shape up, man. It's really cool, and I've been caving for like the last couple of hours today, and I just got enough iron to make a full tier beacon. So we're gonna set that up with haste 2, and then it's time to rip the whole temple down. But I thought before we did that, we'd go kind of take a look at the inside of it, which was I gotta say that was ooh, it's nighttime. That was the worst part. So let me sleep real quick. As you guys can see, kind of what's happened here. We've made some pretty big monumental improvements. You see what I did there? Yeah. I may have gotten a little carried away, but that's kind of how we roll in my Minecraft world. This has been such a pain in the butt, guys. I'm not even kidding. I will... like, this is the one and only time that I am ever going to do a water temple guardian farm. So never again will you ever see it unless it's in like a modded version of Minecraft or something like that, where I can actually get rid of the water very easily. Thankfully, what did I just see there? I swear I saw something. But yeah, thankfully, inside this temple, when we explored it the very first time, we didn't explore everything. And when I was in there getting rid of the water with my sponges, I actually found 2 more sponge rooms. So in total, we have about a stack and a half of sponges, which is really nice. And that made things go a lot easier. So all of this stuff out here, it really wasn't all that difficult. So I set up kind of some pillar paths along the way, and what I ended up doing was just kind of going along the side here with sponges, and it soaked up all the water. So it's kind of a pain in the butt, but it was much easier after I got this many sponges. So it was really, really nice, and glad I missed a couple of sponge rooms in there. But yeah, so for the most part, everything is done. I still need to get the place lit up, but I find it really tedious to run around and place torches, especially when I don't have like stairs and I have to jump up every single one of these. But I got some big ideas, man. Big ideas for the outside of this and how it's going to look, and it's going to really kind of look epic. Is really the only word that comes to mind. But I am so tired of getting rid of water, and I'm so glad that it's all done. yeah, it's been an adventure for sure. So about 3 weeks of my life, I'm not gonna say wasted, but I could have spent it a little bit more better, I guess. But it's done. Let's see. I need to get some blocks to get in there. Actually, I got ender pearls. Let's do this. But yeah, this under here was the worst part. Just because it was so all uneven. It was really just kind of a pain. But yeah, so let's go kind of take a look inside here. These things look really cool, man. I'm not gonna lie. On the inside of these, where it's all empty, there's no water, there's no more of the guardians floating around in here. Everything is just pretty much empty, and it's interesting, man. But there are a lot of blocks still left to be removed. Oh, we're in a hole. A lot of this goes nowhere, so I guess that's kind of the point of these things. They're kind of like a maze. But yeah, I don't know, really cool looking, man, when they're all empty. I really like it. We had a lot of bats spawning in here, but I think I got everything lit up well enough that they're not spawning anymore. But yeah, so the idea here, now that we are done with all the water, is I need to set up my haste 2 beacon and get all of this torn down all the way to a flat level. So if we can find our way back out of here, which I think is over here. Yeah, I think. Should be. Maybe? Is it up? It might be up. Every time I come in here, I get lost. Is it up here? This might be it. Maybe? I'm trapped inside here. I really need to set up like a torch path to get out. But this was the worst part, man. So I'd do like half of the temple, and then I'd find like a new area that still had water in it. And I'd have to go and the really bad thing is when I had to go out to dry my sponges because I wasn't smart enough to bring furnaces in with me. I would run out, finally find my way out of the whole place. Is it up here? And then I would have to try to find my way back in after my sponges were dry and find that one specific spot that I was working on. And that didn't work out so well. Man, where is the exit? There's an Enderman in here. I hear him. He might be underneath. But yeah, so I am going to kind of really soak it in and enjoy the destruction of this place because it's caused me so much grief. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So I think it's going to look really cool. I want to get back outside though so I can actually screw it, man. We're going out this way. That was easy. But the idea is to rip it all the way down to this bottom layer down here and flatten the whole thing out. So I think I'm probably actually going to end up bringing this up to about like right here. And so everything all across here is going to be one solid level. And I don't know if we're going to use stone bricks. I still got quite a bit of leftover resources that I've used. Most of the resources, actually the sand, for anybody who gets a future world download, there is a giant hole not too far away from here, through another portal that I'd set up, that I found a desert, and yeah, that's where I've been getting all my sand. So I got about like 4, 1, that's 4, 5, and I think I had some more somewhere over here. Yeah, there we go. So what is that? 5 1/4 double chest full of sand that I used for the whole thing when I was emptying out all the water. Got a little bit of gravel, and then all of this stuff. What is this called again? Stone bricks. My brain is melted from all this. This is from that giant quarry that I had built a long time ago. So I've had all the resources set up over there. I also have a cobblestone and a smooth stone generator. So I've been using those quite a bit to get all the cobblestone and stuff for all of this, but most of that is all good to go, and I just had that stuff sitting around for a long time. So what better way to get rid of it than to use it on this project? So we are going to take another break, and I am going to rip this thing down, finally, and we'll pick back up. So whether that's another week from now or another couple days, I'm not too sure. If I don't get too burnt out, we're actually going to start working on setting this place up. So I got some big ideas for all these different little things. It's going to be kind of a universal base of sorts, and it's going to be pretty awesome when it's all said and done. But I still have a lot of work to do to get rid of all of this and tear all of this down. So it's gonna be interesting. Here we go. Check this out. So I just kind of want to give you guys a size, like an actual view of how big this thing is, man. When I started this, I really had no intention of doing all of this on the outside, these kind of inverted pyramid, but now that I've done it and now that we're actually through with getting rid of all the water and stuff, that's what took the longest, man. This has been a huge project. And we really aren't anywhere near the end, so we're about to lose our visibility here. Let's go down a little bit. Like I said before, man, I will probably never do this again, so I thought, you know, we might as well just go ahead and build something huge and ridiculous and make it look really cool, man. In the end, I've got some really big plans for how this place is going to look. It's going to be a really kind of decorative place, and it's gonna look really cool when we're all said and done. But what I'm in the process of doing now is digging out the center here. So as you can see, we still got quite a bit to do down here. So let's go ahead and yeah, let's just go ahead and drop down here like this. But this is a big project, man, and I've kind of been playing around into ideas in my head about how we wanted to actually set up the farm. And I think what we're going to do, since we're not really on a server or anything like this, this is a single player world, all we really need to do is set up maybe, I'd say in total about maybe like 2/3 of the entire spawning area for these guardians in here. So we're not going to take up the whole place, and I'm not really concerned about the spawn rates too much. We still have a lot of caving to do to light up all the caves and stuff below us. That way we can really get some of the best frame rates. Whoa, this sounds weird. Since I'm recording, it sounds so much different. It sounds a lot different than when I'm not recording. I guess because I get better frames or something. I don't know. It's really strange. But yeah, so this is a huge project, and like I said, we still got a lot of caving to do. And as far as like the aesthetics of the whole thing go, we have a lot to do there. As you can kind of see, I started a little bit with the ring around with the prismarine, the dark prismarine, and the prismarine bricks. And I think when we get kind of lower in there, it's going to be primarily all the prismarine stuff. And then on the top here, we're going to try to incorporate some of the prismarine stuff and just do some kind of highlights. But I think for the most part, on these paths here, I plan on having grass. So I'm going to start growing and spreading some grass and stuff around through here. And then we're going to be planting a lot of like plants, and I'm going to be doing a lot of bushes and stuff, and it's going to look kind of like a, I don't know, like a overgrown something or other. It's going to be cool when it's all said and done, but we still have a lot of work to go, and way to go, dude. But I just thought I'd bring you guys back in real quick while I was getting rid of this, and just kind of, I decided to pillar all the way up there, and that's an insane view. So I'm going to go ahead and knock the rest of this out, and then we'll kind of see what the time is looking like on the video. This video has been in the works for 3 weeks now. And we'll see if I'm going to call it there, and maybe we'll pick up next episode, or maybe we can get something else done. But I will bring you guys back in just a minute. Alright guys, so I think we're done for today. I am going to call this part of the project complete for now. We still have lots of work to do just to even get some of these guys spawning, so I think that's what we're going to work on before we start working on the decorative portions of this place, because I feel that would be a lot of time wasted that we're not collecting the drops and stuff from these guys, which is the whole reason we are over here. And I don't know, man, it's gonna be fun. But anyways, I know this episode is gonna be a little bit short, but for me it has taken, I don't even remember, I don't even know how many hours now. It has taken way too long, so I'm going to go ahead and call it here so I can get an episode out for you guys. I think next episode we are gonna try to get some of the actual spawning going, and then from there further on we will add some different stuff around here. So if you got any ideas of things that you think would fit in this area, definitely leave them down below in the comments, because that would be a really cool addition to add in some user requests or viewer requests into this area over here, because it's got a lot of space so we could do some fun stuff. So I'm thinking we'll add some gardens, maybe some waterfalls. We gotta incorporate water somehow into this thing. So in the middle there's gonna be like a big tank thing that they're spawning in. That's kind of the idea that I'm going with. And I don't know, we'll have to see how that looks and turns out in the end. But it's gonna be a lot of fun. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry for the delay in episodes, man. This project has kind of consumed my life for the last couple of weeks, and it's finally done where we can actually start spreading it out, because I knew if I didn't just stick with getting all of this water and everything out of here, especially in this big a scale, I wouldn't have come back to it, man. I would have just left it unfinished and I would have never wanted to touch it again. So I kind of pushed myself a little bit far, and but we did get it all done, so we are good to start building here, and I think it's going to look really cool in the end, but that's going to take a little bit more time. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button for me down below if you enjoyed the long episode, or time scale wise, I guess, and I will see you guys in the next one. Alright, thanks for watching. Peace.